Joining me now is a senior advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, retired Marine Corps Colonel Mark Cancian. Colonel Cancian, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on the show.
So this is breaking news. At first, I want to get your reaction to the significant policy change.
Well, this has been long expected, as you noted. I think Biden is trying to do a couple of things. One, he's trying to Trump-proof the Ukraine policy, that is, lock in this policy before he leaves. I think he's also trying to go out on a strong note to show that he's still the president, he's still making decisions, he's still influencing world events. And this will be helpful for the Ukrainians, but it's not going to be a game changer. They already have several ways of striking deep into Russia. They developed drones that do that very effectively. They have some French, British systems, but this will be helpful. It will put at risk many Russian assets, many airfields that now have been sanctuaries.
Colonel, how soon could we see these weapons being used inside Ukraine, or inside Russia, I should say?
I think you're going to see them attacking airfields, logistics depots, headquarters, things that are have been beyond the range of existing systems, where the Russians have, put military, key military resources, and this will make it harder. They'll have to pull some of these assets back. Aircraft will have to go to more distant air bases, for example, and they'll have to disperse their headquarters. And the Ukrainians will be able to take out some of these assets, and that will slow down the Russian defensive actions.
What does this mean for the Trump administration that's going to take over in just about 2 months? Was it a conversation had between Biden and Trump when they met? Or to your point, Biden is showing, I'm still president, I can still do these things?
It's possible that they talked about this when they had their meeting a couple of days ago. Trump hasn't really talked about this specifically. Of course, he's expressed a lot of reservations about aid to Ukraine, but not specifically about this policy. So this doesn't directly contradict something he has said.
What kind of response could the U.S. now expect from Russia?
I mean, Russia will complain. They always do. But there's not really much more they can do. It's conceivable they'll rattle their nuclear saber, although they've stopped doing that or cut way back on it. They've realized that it's losing favor in the global community and hasn't been very effective.
Colonel, when you think about foreign strategy, is this a direct response to North Korea's involvement with Russia?
I don't think it's a direct response, although that's one element. But I think that's it's a response to the difficulties, the military difficulties that Ukraine finds itself in. Of course, the North Koreans have arrived on the scene, but the Russians have been continuing to attack. They continue to gain ground, to gain it slowly and at enormous cost, but the momentum is with Russia. And I think the United States has been looking for ways to try to reverse that momentum.
Do you think other NATO members could follow suit here after this ban being lifted?
I think they will. Of course, the Brits and the French already have. Some thought that the Germans might follow with some of their weapons. This makes it easier for other countries to take that step.
Colonel, I am curious, how does this affect Congress deciding to give more aid to Ukraine or even Israel after a decision like this moving forward?
I don't think it's going to have a lot of effect. Many members of Congress have been outspoken in their support for such a change. So I don't think this will have an effect. Now, the Trump administration will have an enormous effect, but not the specific decision.
We're really appreciative for your experience and insight, sir. Senior advisor at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, retired Marine Corps Colonel Mark Cancian. Thank you again. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.